Hey guys, H here. Welcome back to this week's vlog. Thank you very much for joining me. Today I have a very good example on perspective and perception of things in life. So let's get right into it. Let's go. So perception and perspective. So I came across a poem a number of years ago, but it's just recently come back into sort of my feed, and I thought how sort of applicable it is to as it was years ago as it is now, and how so many people still don't see the concept of changing their perception to life. So it's just a little poem which, like I said, has popped back up into my feed, and I thought I'd share it with you and how we can use that poem to make our day a little bit more positive. So I'll just get right into it, and I'll just read the poem because unfortunately I have to look away because I don't know it off by heart. Today was the absolute worst day ever, and don't try to convince me that there's something good in every day, because when you take a closer look, this world is a pretty evil place. Even if some goodness does shine through once in a while, satisfaction and happiness don't last. And it's not true that it's all in the mind and heart, because true happiness can be attained only if one's surroundings are good. It's not true that good exists. I'm sure you can agree that the reality creates my attitude. It's all beyond my control, and you'll never in a million years hear me say, today was a very good day. So now you can see how negative that poem is, and how it sucks the life out of you. So if we change the perspective and the perception of this poem, so if the beauty of this poem is if we read it backwards, I'll just show you this message now. So I'll start to read it backwards, and then you can see how the perception and the perspective of life totally changes through this poem. So here it goes. Today was a very good day, and you'll never in a million years hear me say it's all beyond my control. My attitude creates the reality. I'm sure you can all agree that it's not true that good exists only if one's surroundings are good. True happiness can be attained because it's all in the mind and heart, and it's not true that satisfaction and happiness don't last. Some goodness does shine through once in a while, even if the world is a very pretty evil place. Because when you take a closer look, there's something good in every day. And don't try to convince me that today was the absolute worst day ever. So now, when you read that back to front or upside down, it totally changes the perception and perspective of the poem and the actual outlook on life. So the poem is all about perception, because sometimes when you just need to look at things differently. Because, for example, when you think you're having the worst day ever and it's started off wrong, things have gone wrong mid-morning, coming up to lunchtime it's gone wrong again, somebody would love to have your worst day. Somebody would probably pray to have your worst day, because to them it would be their best day ever, because they've been through far worse circumstances than yourself. So the poem, when read firstly, is extremely negative. But when the poem is read back to front, it's extremely positive. Your world is created through your eyes that you see the world through. So if you're having a bad day, it's because you've created it by the way you're viewing that day. So there's ways that you can change it by the perception and the perspective that you take on certain things in life, and certain situations, that you can change that bad, negative feeling into this positive and happy and amazing day that you can actually achieve for yourself. So the glaring message from this poem, which I'm trying to convey to you, is perception is so powerful. And if you're having a bad day, I'm just trying to encourage you to think differently. And how can you flip it? How can you flip it upside down and view it in a different way to turn that negativity into positivity? So what I want you to focus on in every situation, in every negative situation, is how can I flip it? How can I make it positive? What can I learn from this negative experience to make it positive? What can I learn from this negative experience to make it a positive experience? What can I learn from this negative situation that I can prevent it from happening again and prevent myself going into this negative environment again? So there's all those things which I want you to focus on. Whenever you're in a negative situation, just take a step back, look at it from a different point of view, different perspective, and see if you can turn it into a positive situation. This one statement sums up the total poem, the total life, and this total episode. But your perception creates your reality. That's all from me today. So if you like this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. If you want to, comment below, because that will help me greatly. But most importantly, please do subscribe somewhere. Hit the notifications bell, because there is a new video every Friday that is bringing better health to you. And obviously, I don't want you to miss it. So yes, please subscribe. And lastly, as I'll leave you like I always do, and that is make today a positive day. So thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Take care.